everyone, and welcome back to the Roger's channel. And guys, today we finally did it. All thanks to you all. We finally reached 650 subscribers, and I still can't believe it. This has been a very long milestone that I have been waiting for, and you guys have, gone above and beyond to not only help support the channel by subscribing, liking, and viewing, but just by providing your support means so much to me. And with that being said, we're going to be, reviewing probably the first figure of this two-parter to celebrate the 650 subscriber milestone. That being this. This is the Deluxe Star Wars The Black Series Gamorrean Guard figure from the Red Line. I've had him for the longest time in my collection, steel sealed, and he has never seen the light of day until now, thanks to you all. So yeah, this is a deluxe Star Wars Black Series figure, of course by the size of the box, and it looks fantastic. Really cool design. Of course, takes me back to when they were doing these deluxe figures, and you can see that right here on the front of the packaging with the Black Series logo, the figure, and the accessories shown. You also get this really cool artwork on the side, the Gamorrean Guard little name right there. On the side, you get this really nice sort of like clean red background featuring his name. On the back, you get a description of the character, the Black Series logo, and some warnings. And on this side, you get his name yet again. Here's the bottom of the box and the top. So let's go ahead and free him from this cardboard prison, and we can start the review. Here he is out of the plastic. And here he is out of the packaging. And take a closer look at the Gamorrean Guard. He looks fantastic, and I really want to, deep dive into the overall look of this character, just because for it being, a 2017 sort of like era figure, I'm looking at him and he does not look bad. So let's go ahead and start from top to bottom. Check out the head sculpt. It is impressive. I don't think I've seen anything come this close to the amount of like sculpting and sort of like art style that they chose for him in a while. I mean, look at that. It is breathtaking. You can look at the incredible amount of detail that was put into the face alone, from the overall wrinkles. Of course, he does have painted eyes, but I honestly don't even care about that. Just the overall attention to detail in the outfit as well really brings him out. And you can see the different colors that go throughout him, just like these like deep green and the sort of like brown around the snout and the like mouth area, and then those tusks. Really cool. But that's not even the coolest part. Look at this. His mouth opens, guys, and he has a huge tongue and a very deep mouth. You can even see like the inside right there. That is crazy. But that is a really awesome feature for this guy. As far as articulation goes, he does have a ball joint right here in the top of the head. So you get some pretty decent movement, but nothing too crazy. So like side to side, up and down. Here's a closer look at that head sculpt real quick before we move on. And then take a look at that helmet of his. It's really cool seeing it, transition from that leather look to like the metal pieces that are around there. Even the little indentures for the horns. That's really cool. Taking a look at the torso, it looks very cool. You have some nice wrinkles going throughout the main tunic right here. Of course, he does have this really nice sort of like harness / like strap piece that goes around his waist. And then the overall attention to detail on these shoulder pads are really cool. You get this metallic look running throughout them. They are made of a softer plastic, so that's nice to know. But yeah, I really like it a lot. And as far as movement, surprisingly, he does have a ball joint right here in the lower waist. So you're side to side, back, and forward. Taking a look at the arms now, the arms do go up pretty good. As far as moving them around or all the way, it can't be done just because this part of the shoulder pad is connected to the torso, so there's no way of actually moving it out of the way. But other than that, he does have some nice sort of like joints going on right here, like the double elbow. I really like that. You get a nice swivel as well, and articulation at the wrist and at the hand. The other side as well, arm sticks out very nicely. Again, unfortunately, it can't go all the way around just due to that shoulder pad. He does have the double elbow joint, swivel, and things like that in the wrist and at the hand. And I also like the little cuff links that he has right here. They're really nice, especially that metallic finish. And then taking a look at the waist, this is again probably one of the coolest aspects of this figure is the soft goods pelt that is wrapped around his lower waist. Really, really cool. I love it a lot. The shading and stuff and like this color of brown really matches what we've seen in the films. I mean, it looks exactly like it. It has this very nice like soft texture to it, obviously, which I do love. And then underneath he does have like this brown sort of like loincloth sort of thing going on. But yeah, really cool. Nothing crazy, no, belt accessories or things like that. And then moving on to the legs down here, he almost goes into a split. He almost sits down right here. I'm sure you would have to like adjust the lower leg. He does sort of have like a swivel on the thigh area. And then looking at the knees, he does have pins on the knee joints, but no pins on the elbow joints. But nonetheless, it's still pretty cool. He goes about there into a kneeling position. I like how his kneecaps also kind of hide that joint right here, so that's really nice to see. And then looking at the lower, leg running into the foot, you do get these like sort of like gladiator sandals with the strapping going around the calves. And then look at the detail in that feet. He's got some gnarly toenails going on right there. But overall, they look really cool. You do, have some pretty nice articulation with the joints moving down, up, and there are some rock wrinkles. So he has some good action poses. And now taking a look at the accessories that he comes with. He comes with 3 melee weapons. He comes with an axe, a much larger axe, and finally this spear. And the weapon accessories don't disappoint either. I mean, look at this. He's able to hold onto them very nicely. They fit into the palms of his hands like, they were literally made for him. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing. Even the spear accessory looks really good on him. The amount of articulation, things like that you get within the wrists really work out, especially if you're trying to achieve poses like this. I just love it so much. And I'm definitely going to be talking about more of my thoughts in a bit with the overview, but I just want to admire the amount of detail real quick because that is crazy. So, as an overview of the figure, he is super underrated in my opinion. For him being a deluxe figure that has never seen the light of day, within the Galaxy series, I think that this guy definitely needs a more updated look, and needs to be brought back into the lineup. The Gamorrean Guard, for it being literally the only one in existence in the Black series altogether in the brand, it needs a refresher. And even so, the Redline one isn't that bad. I mean, you guys have seen for yourself that the detail is perfect. Of course, I would add a little bit more, maybe detailed eyes or things like that, but nonetheless, everything else looks pretty good. The accessories work great. The articulation is better than I expected, and the overall amount of detail that they poured into him is not bad at all. So yeah, if you manage to catch this guy out there in the wild or see a posting of him online, you definitely need to add him into your Return of the Jedi sort of collection, just because, it is one of the most important guards in that film. So I would like to see maybe in the future a 2 pack, just so that way you get more of your money's worth, especially with a more updated look they could do. But I feel like that might just be the cherry on top if they were to do a remaster of the Gamorrean Guard. But yeah, I had fun reviewing him finally after all these years, and I am so happy yet again to finally reach this milestone. And we are not done there, because after this one, we are going to be reviewing the highly anticipated Jabba from the Blue Line. So I just want to say again, thank you all so much for your support over the years. It has led up to this moment, and it is not ending here, because we have Jabba right around the corner. So if you enjoy this type of content, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me for more. And I'll catch you all on the next one.